welcome to Lesbian Love. This is your girl V, and today my special guest, lovely couple, Q and Janine. Thank you for joining us.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Now, when I say the word love, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Patience.
Me unconditional.
Conditional love. Now, the two of you are engaged. When and how did you meet?
We met online about 2.5 years ago. It was actually, we both were getting out of bad relationships, and we was just trying something new. And I commented on her smile. We made a connection, and I thought she was crazy at the beginning, but I do love her, and I couldn't see my life without her. Like in some ways, I think, well, what if I would have met her first? But then I realized that if I would have met her first, I wouldn't be able to appreciate her as much as I do now.
And now you both crazy in love.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Aw.
We did it before Beyonce did it.
That's it. Now, tell me about your past relationships or if you were ever married before.
I was married on paper for 20 years. That was my first marriage. Out of the marriage, I have 4 children, 3 girls, 1 boy. I was happily in love, but it's just the marriage didn't work out. We grew apart and just financial matters. After that, then I just started dating, and I started dating women, and I actually enjoyed it. And this is who I am. This is what I need to be in this relationship.
Me, I was married to 2 men. First marriage was 7 years. We got married very young, fresh out of high school. The second time I was married for 15 years. I stayed in that marriage when I knew I should have left long before. But when I got introduced to women, it was different. And I was real curious. But it was a feeling and a desire and a satisfaction I had never experienced before. The affection, the conversation, the loyalty was totally different for me. Being with men my whole life, from dating men I had never been with a woman ever. I never was against any of it, but I just had never been with a woman. And so it was definitely a new thing for me. I didn't even know what to do. I thought we were just going to hold hands and kiss the whole time.
Q had to show you something different.
Yeah, she was like, I was really afraid when I presented myself to her. I didn't know if she would be accepting of me, if she would find me attractive, if I was the right size, because some people are thin, some people like, thick. I didn't know, but I presented myself. I was like, either go hard or go home. So here it is. This is me. And she was pretty pleased.
Yes.
She was pretty satisfied, obviously. And then she just showed me a different light of life. What happiness is and what I could have to be happy. So yeah, I've been in it and I like it.
Now, how has your family responded to you being in love with a woman?
Well, for me, my family about had a heart attack. Everybody was shocked. I consider myself bisexual, and so my family are still adjusting to my lifestyle, but they ain't got to worry about it because it's my life, and I can cut off everybody in my family and do me and be okay as long as my children are okay, and my children were ecstatic and happy and encouraging, very encouraging of it.
For me, I didn't have any problems with my family.
So I kind of get props when it comes on my dad's side. They like, oh yeah, that's you.
So cute.
They're like, oh, and then they tasted her food, so it was really yeah. And so her and my dad have they have a bond. Her and my dad. My dad be like, she's so fine. I got a crush on your girlfriend. I'd be like, no, you can't. I'm gonna marry her. You can't. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you mentioned that your kids are supportive. How many kids do you have total?
I have 3 girls and 1 boy.
And then I have 2 girls and 1 boy. My oldest daughter is the one that encouraged me to go online and open up my page to date women. I didn't expect the great outcome, but she was just like, "You should try it," And I was like, Then when I kissed Q for the first time, I called her and I'm whispering like, "I kissed a girl. I
And
kissed."
I liked it.
I liked it. She was like, "Oh my God,
I
my
didn't
wife."
taste like cherry chapstick though, did it?
No.
Caramel. Yeah.
I was just saying like brown sugar and honey.
Hey.
Me, I was the caramel macchiato with extra caramel drizzle. That was mine, upside down at 120 degrees.
Oh my God.
Fire. Taste the rainbow.
Yes.
A lot of times in relationship with 2 females, outside people will ask, well, who's the man in the relationship, or who does this or who does that?
I don't like it when people just assume, oh, so you're the man of the relationship.
They always think she's the man in the relationship because she's taller than me. She's more dominant in the relationship. She's more dominant in my. I'm not very dominant.
No.
I like for her to take control. You got to take control. Well, because I'm in control of everything else, I'm in control of. Well, when I was in law enforcement, I was in control at work. I was in control of everyone and everything. And then when I come home, I want to sit down and you tell me what to do a little bit, or you decide what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But she's still a woman though. Like she ain't.
Yeah,
she's
I'm all woman. Like I don't understand it myself because I am a woman. I'm just in love with a woman, and I want to be with her. I'm not a man. I'm not trying to be a man.
And then it's all about what you like. Like even though some women want to be studs, they still prefer to be dominated in the bed. I've seen women who are considered studs who want to be dominated in the bed or don't want to be dominated. It's all about what you like and what you prefer. Now, if you want to say, well, who are you? I'm going to be like, I'm the femme. Okay. Who is she? She is a tomboy. BOIS, tomboys. Like she can still throw on some makeup and a dress, and her curves will definitely stick out, and she will kill it in a dress. But she don't really like wearing dresses like that. She prefers her jeans or her bow tie. She'll wear a bow tie and still look feminine. I don't get that. I never understood that either. Now, I really prefer not to have a female who wants to be a man, or because with the younger generation, they're taking over as that's my bro. No, sweetheart, that's your sis. Reality is that you were born a woman. And if you wanted to change your gender or you don't want to be a woman, I get that. And I respect that. However, within the lesbian community, everybody's so bent on who you are. Yes, I want to understand what your role is. Yes, I want to understand who you are in your own personality. But do I want to call you a bro? No, I don't. Because what's the point of being a lesbian then? Then let's not be lesbian anymore.
Like gender roles. I look at it in a relationship with a man. If the man stays home and take care of the child and the woman goes to work, so are you gonna call her the man and you're gonna call him the woman? Like, no, you're not. He's just gonna be the one. He's gonna be the stay-at-home dad. So when someone asks me like, what is my role in a relationship? You know what my role is? My role is to love her. That's what my role is. So like don't ask me. Well, no, I don't mean that. What I mean is like, are you the man or are you the woman? I'm a woman. I'm not portraying to be a man. I'm all woman.
Yeah.
So if you don't question the man that stays at home and take care of their kids and call them the wife, then why do you have to make a clear definition of I'm the man in the relationship? No, I'm the woman who is in love with another woman.
Facts.
I like.
What do you think is the hardest part of dating or being in a marriage? You've both been in long-term marriages. What's the hardest part of just like being in a relationship or a marriage?
Well, in my being married, the hardest part was in later on when we started growing apart. Um, and you try to make it work, and then finances didn't hurt either. But in our relationship that we have now, I think the most challenging part is trying to blend our children, because I lived, all around the world, raised 4 kids in a totally different environment and just different person from me. And she raised her kids differently as well.
They've been raised here, one town, one city,
Yeah.
one type of upbringing. Even though my kids are extremely open-minded, it's just you're dealing with different personalities, and you're dealing with teenagers. A lot of women, a lot of little girls in the house who are just stepping into womanhood. So their emotions are all over the world right now. And so trying to get them on the same page has been a challenge for us both. And it's patience, and it's communication is a stronger suit, because we do sit down as a family at the table. We eat every day. We eat dinner quite a bit together at the table, breakfast and dinner, and then we communicate. So if you feel some kind of way, that's the time for you to discuss it. And we don't, and then you have to make a mutual common ground. You can't take sides. It's even with dealing with stepchildren, you can't take sides. You have to know that your own kid be acting the fool too.
And what would you say as a message to the younger LGBT community? They're dating or establishing new relationships and newlyweds.
I would basically, say be patient. Don't rush. But at the same time, know your self-worth as well.
Be confident. Be confident in who you are and who you pulled. So if you pulled that person, be confident that I ain't going nowhere. Don't be insecure because somebody else talked to them or told you that they look good. Yeah, they look good because you chose them. And then don't make mountains out of molehills. A lot of times in relationships, whether it be young or old, we will make a mountain out of something that's so small and trivial. And you will make a huge argument or disagreement over something that can easily be talked about. Communicate.
Yeah.
And communicate right. Because people say communicate. But how are you communicating? Are you yelling at that person that you love? Are you pointing your finger or hitting or putting your hands on somebody you love? Or are you talking? Are you toxic? A lot of times people look at what other people did, but you really need to look at yourself. Am I being toxic? Did I hit that person that I love so much? Did I attack them, their character? Did I attack that person? Or am I talking about the situation?
Yeah.
A lot of young people, they get mad and they say things that they're angry about, and they'll attack that person, and that will cause a ripple effect. And that's not just the lesbian thing. It's a person thing.
Yeah.
Be confident in who you are. Be solid on who you are. So if somebody try to talk to my baby, hey, I ain't tripping, because she is that. She is exactly what you think she is.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had a little moment.
I see you looking. Now, what would you say to society when they say you're with a woman because you've been traumatized by a man? You had a bad experience with a man.
I'll speak up on that because I experienced that, and honestly, it kind of happened that way because I was in I would say my situation was a mind game, and it was a manipulation situation where I would get manipulated to stay because of this or because of that. I was told that I wouldn't be able to find anything better, and so I chose to go with a woman, actually, because my daughter encouraged it. She was the one that kind of said, you might need to try dating women, like your personality, like you would fit better with a woman. They're very encouraging because they wanted me to be happy. And they wanted me to find real love and somebody that was going to genuinely love me for me.
Everything that you were looking for in a man, like all of those qualities that you were looking for, you happen to find it in Q.
Um, you know how as a young girl or a young lady, you dream of the husband riding in on a horse, rescuing you, and then putting you in this beautiful home with a fence and the cute family dogs, and then y'all working together as a team. I always imagined or fantasized about that with a man. But then when I met Q, she literally was everything on my checklist. I knew she loved me because the way she looked into my eyes, you know, I saw her feelings, and she's not as talkative as I am. So a lot of times I read how she feels through her body language.
Well, she is giving you that look right
Yeah,
there.
she always gives me that look, always. So I knew, and she was, I call her a gentle lady, because I don't have to touch a door because she's getting there, to open the door for me. Whatever I need, like I could be sick and she's nurturing, and she fixes my food and she won't let me get up. And I can trust that while I'm down, that my daughter is taken care of. She is my dream, my fantasy, my best friend. Like, we ain't got to make love all the time. Like, we can kick back and have a good time. I can tell her somebody else looks good without her having a fit. Whether it be a man or a woman, I'll be like, "Oh, they're cute," and she'll be like, "Girl, where?"
Right.
And I'm like, "See, that's what I'm talking about. If I was married to my ex, you know, and I would have said somebody look good, I'm gonna hear about it for at least 6 months, and you're gonna want to screen my Facebook and everything to make sure I'm not talking to that person, or chime in and hold on to my phone." And she didn't touch my phone. I don't touch her phone. We respect each other's personal space. I don't have a reason to lie to her, and she didn't have a reason to lie to me. So why do I need to snoop through her stuff? Like, trust is important. I don't need to look through her phone. I don't need to look through her computer. I don't need to see who she's talking to when she's on the phone. But that's a part of maturity, security within self, and trust in that person that I'm with. And she's giving me all of that. So that's why I got that ring.
That's it. That's it. That's why you put a ring on it.
Ow.
You know, a lot of people just automatically assume that I'm with a woman, that obviously I was raped or just, you know, was in a bad relationship with a man. And that's not true. You know, my job that I had when I first moved here was a sexual assault victim advocate for the Air Force. And a lot of people automatically assume, oh, you want to be a sexual assault victim advocate because obviously you were sexually assaulted or raped. No, it doesn't. I saw people who were being hurt and I wanted to help. And that's the same thing with being in a lesbian relationship. I'm not with her because a man did me wrong.
She with me because I'm the bomb. That's why.
I'm not with her because someone assaulted me or just did me really wrong in my past. I don't have that type of history. I'm with her because I love her. I'm with her because I'm comfortable in my skin with who I am.
And sometimes you are just attracted to somebody, whether it be a man or a woman or whatever. What is wrong with you moving forward if that's who you're attracted to? You go with the universe gives you what you need when you need it, and who you're attracted to, and spirits that connect.
Yeah.
And our souls just so happen to connect well and fit.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with any type of trauma that took place in our lives.
None whatsoever.
I thank you both for sharing your story and also giving some advice to the younger LGBT population. I think there's a lot that we can learn just in your honesty and just sharing your journey to love and finding your soulmate.
Yeah.
Thank you both for your time, for your transparency, for your honesty, for your insight today. And I wish you nothing but blessings.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You too.
And as always on Let's Be Love, I want to remind everyone to let's be the love that you want to see in this world.
That's a good word for the day.
Yes.